Welcome once again. We are on a wonderful knowledge sharing journey about corporate social responsibility. So, what are the CSR practices in India? Is it just a buzzword or is it really in practice? So, we need to explore all these things. Before we go and delve into this, let us see what we learned so far, what we know about CSR, because a strong foundation will lay the way for further a strong building. So we know about CSR evolution, how the CSR concepts, how charity, it began as a charity, then it is strategic integration. So how it began all these years. Then we know about stakeholders theory, that is balancing multiple interests of different stakeholders. See, the game is every stakeholder needs a different interest. Like the employees, they want better perks, better working condition, better salary, and other things. But if you provide better salary and other things, the employee, our cost of production goes up. Then it will add to the price of the products. Then the customers, on the other hand, they demand uh, economical products which they can afford. So these two seem like conflicting interests. But if you rightly practice, if you rightly balance multiple interests, then this is a great thing. That's all stakeholder theory is all about. Then global frameworks we know, United Nations, Sustainable Development Goals, and other international standards. We need to follow all these things. Then we need to build a competitive advantage through responsibility, business value. Now, with this, what are we exactly going to study today? You can look at the pictures and guess the topic. What connects these images? Today's focus, of course, you guessed it right. CSR practices in India, like case studies, how they are followed in India. What do? We just talk or we do it also. See, Indian landscape, the legislative framework, we all know our constitution gives us the fundamental rights, fundamental duties. Also, the mandatory compliance is there. Even our companies law gives all this. In India, it applies to companies with over 1000 crore turnover, 500 crore net worth, or 5 crore net profits. So this is such companies which they are there, they need to spend 2% of their average profit for CSR activities. So 25k plus 25,000 plus crores spent annually on CSR in India, and 15,000 crore plus companies are complying with this, and then 85% is the compliance rate. It's a good rate, even though ideally it should be 100%, but 85% is encouraging. Now, with this background, we will see the specifics. We'll go into the specific modes, what these companies do. We'll take up these companies. Tata Trust. The Tata Trust that allocates 66% of its equity to charitable trusts. So, it becoming one of the world's largest philanthropic organizations. So their CSR, Tata CSR initiative reach over 200 million people across India through various developmental activities, water conservation, community health, and um, skill development also. Now Reliance Foundation, founded by Nita Ambani, is 58 million lives. It changes the life of 58, it makes a difference in the life of 58 million lives in villages, connecting in rural India digitally and comprehensive healthcare. See the digital access to internet, access to digital products, access to banking. This is very, very important. In fact, we need to serve the underserved. So, Reliance Foundation is doing covering 13,000 villages. Then we talk about Infosys, like led by Sudha Murthy. The foundation has built more than 28,000 libraries, numerous education institutions, and provide healthcare access to areas. Their unique approach combines technology with grassroots community engagement and sustainable impact. These companies are doing their part. With this, What are the key focus areas of Indian CSR? We focus on education and skill development. We have the democratic dividend. We have the largest workforce in the world, the younger generation, the younger population in the world. So we need to educate them. We need to skill development. That's very, very important. So 35% of CSR spending in India focus on education and digital literacy, vocational training and others. Then, yes, India lives in its villages. 19% is invested in a livelihood of rural development and making agricultural supports, infrastructure development in the rural areas and others. And again, healthcare is very, very important. So 28% of CSR fund is allocated to preventive healthcare, sanitation, maternal health, disease eradication and others. And again, medical infrastructure in rural areas. Then environmental sustainability. 18% of our CSR fund is directed towards renewable energy, water conservation, waste management, and afforestation schemes and climate change management. So this is a wonderful thing in India. Now further, how design thinking applies in CSR strategy. That is, in which state it is. Again, it is about community integration. It is about defining the problem. If it about co-creating with the stakeholders. So essentially, it is empathy. The empathy stage applies here. We need to think from other people's point of view. We need to know what their problems are. Then we have here a CSR ecosystem mind map. So we have the legal framework and we have the key stakeholders, we have the focus areas and the implementation models. Hope you have studied a lot today. Now let us recollect what we know so far. Try to answer these questions so that you learn better. Then we have given references and the summaries. So legislative measures on strategic impact are there. Happy learning. Thank you very much.